Yeah, do what you like. Hey everyone, it's Lyle.
I'm Care.
I'm Cub.
And you're listening to the Hooligans. So, we just went to the Erie Comic-Con, and we felt the need to record an emergency podcast. So, we've got a lot to talk about, because there were some interesting things that happened there.
It was a good time, but also strange.
It was strange.
There was an incident.
So, yeah, let's just start with there was an incident. We'll start with Cub's incident, if you would like to begin.
My
The
incident
incident
was that I got to sit in the Batmobile.
From the original Batman.
Yeah. And they took pics to have printed out. They also took pictures on my cell phone, which turned out great because it's a cell phone.
a new cell phone.
But the picture that was printed out was out of focus, super blurry, and it's 8x10. So what am I supposed to do with it?
It was like the worst picture I've ever seen.
And then they tried to sell me a frame or what is
cover,
it?
a cover.
Maybe when we
$5.
post this episode, we'll scan.
This should be the
Yes.
This should be the podcast like.
Show them the picture.
It should be like the cover of
the
this
cover.
episode.
The guy had a camera.
It was like a legit camera.
Yeah, it looked professional.
Like with a big lens.
I was looking at the other pictures they had taken though on the table, also blurry.
But here's the thing, like he looked at it after it printed and just like gave it to me.
Like he was proud.
Right. Like
Well,
I mean,
and then I
Hard work.
I looked at it and I was like, trying to, maybe they were out of focus and like the focus was on the background or something, but no, the whole picture is out of
whole
focus.
thing.
It's all
Completely
blurry.
was it the printer? I don't know.
No,
I don't think so.
because
I think it was the photographer.
Oh.
I think if it was the printer, it would maybe be like smudgy, but
Yeah,
not
So-
it's definitely.
Well, I'm still
out of
gonna hang it
focus.
up.
in the
You
best
should.
frame you can get.
Yes.
You should get a Batman themed frame.
Oh, even better.
Ooh.
But the problem is, even from far away, it looks
Oh, it's
really
atrocious.
bad.
It's bad.
You can't even tell it's him. It sort of looks like him, but
Now,
it
I
could
will
be a
say-
stranger.
The cell phone pics turned out great.
Really good.
They look good. It looks cool. I'm glad I got to sit in it.
Yeah,
It was
OG
cool.
Batmobile.
Got to answer the phone,
The bat phone.
which was shaped like a bat. I didn't notice
It was
that at
great.
first.
Yeah, it was kind of greasy.
Had some.
Ew.
How many hands have touched
I too
that
many, dude.
phone?
Oh. There was shark repellent in there too, I
Yeah.
saw.
There was.
He adjusted it so you could see it.
Yeah. That guy kind of knew what he was doing.
That guy
Yeah.
was probably like, "I'm
They
sorry."
also had
your
the
picture
mystery
is
machine. That would have been
garbage."
They
kinda
did.
cool.
They had the boat.
The bat boat, to me that just seems lesser.
I mean, yeah.
Is it on the water? No.
No.
So why am I in
No.
it?
But the mystery machine would have been cool.
That was cool.
Care?
See,
Did
like-
you have any incidents?
No, I don't think so.
Sorry, not
Jack
to
Sparrow
not to cut
incident.
off that.
This was something that all three of us noticed separately.
Yeah.
There was a table. Most of the art there is really good.
Super good.
I would not try to sell my art at a Comic-Con if it was not good.
Could you? Do you have anything you could sell?
That I have a Jack Sparrow one that I did by hand.
But like, like you said you wouldn't if it wasn't good. Do you have anything that you could actually
Ooh.
sell there?
Drawing?
Interview skills.
Drawing wise,
Probably.
possibly. I have done some paintings, but I mean, I
Ooh.
don't.
M could sell some of her stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever made anything where I could.
Oh.
Remember that ghost I made, the paper mache ghost?
Ooh, I loved him.
Wasn't it featured in one of the videos?
It was. We made. So this was an art class in like 6th grade. We made paper mache ghosts, and they were like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like
Was it with a
3D-ish.
Paper towel
Yeah,
roll or
it was-
something,
I don't
and
know.
then they put the
I think
paper
so.
mache over it.
And then like took out
Can we do
the.
that at your Halloween party?
We should.
But it ended up in one of our homemade movies that was essentially like a parody of the Blair Witch Project.
Oh yeah.
We'll
Oh
also
my
have to
gosh,
discuss-
it's a ghost.
I like how like we drove around the block
Oh yeah.
in the van, and it was like some big thing.
We made a lot of movies about just weird things.
Oh, those will
like
pop up sometime.
Star Wars.
Star Wars,
Molastic
Molastic
Smark.
Smark, American Idol,
Oh, yeah, there's a
Splinter
lot.
Cell.
Well, so
But
the Jack
anyway.
Sparrow
Oh, right.
painting, though.
So this guy had a table, and we stepped up to it to look at the art that he had, and there were sketches of Jack Sparrow, but they were so
hideous.
bad.
Like, they were so bad.
I can't. I didn't know what to say because
There was nothing to say.
like, oh,
They were really expensive.
Are you sure you should be selling these?
Now,
Like,
some of his stuff looked pretty cool.
I didn't see anything
But
that he did.
but the problem was the Jack Sparrow one was like front and center.
staring up at you, and they were just one was terrible. The other one was less bad.
The other
but I
one was
can't
good.
Say, no, it
Well,
wasn't good.
It was good if you hadn't
It was
seen.
less bad.
Yeah, some of his stuff was alright. But Cub's right. Like, that's all you saw.
By the way, the Street Sharks thing,
That was on a different table.
Yeah,
that was cool.
it was cool.
Except I always liked the Hammerhead one.
Oh, yeah, hammerheads are awesome.
Legit.
I know a lot about sharks. I actually do.
Drop some shark knowledge on this podcast.
Okay, well, in a shark's nose, they have little. They look like dots, and they're called the Ampullae of Lorenzini. And they help them look it up. It helps,
No, I believe you. That's too far fetched to me.
it helps them sense things in the water, like electricity and whatnot.
Also,
Electric currents.
So what's it called again?
The Ampullae of Lorenzini.
That'd be a good fantasy football team name.
that'd probably be
Actually
too
would.
long.
Probably.
They also have what are called claspers,
No, I didn't think we were going to discuss claspers.
which they essentially have two wieners.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
when one's not enough.
you gotta have two.
What else about sharks? If you pet them, you'd probably cut yourself.
Yeah.
What about bull sharks, Care?
Well, first of all, the skin of a shark, they're called denticles. They're like little. They're like little. I don't know how to explain it. Like chainmail almost. They're like little
Oh, yeah.
scales, and they're really rough, so you could cut your hand.
Oh.
But bull sharks can go into freshwater and saltwater.
See, that freaks me out.
They're the most dangerous. There have been reports of bull sharks making it to Lake Erie.
They're probably in the creek behind our house.
Cub, we literally just went to Mexico.
They were there.
Well, no, but
There
like
were shark
we
nets
were in like the Caribbean Sea. Like there could have been other sharks.
Like what?
Anything.
Care?
Definitely not great whites.
Oh.
Well,
It
there
would
could have
There
been.
could have potentially been, but it would have been too hot for them. They like cold water. Just-
No, this is great. I never knew about this.
they,
This
they would have had
On our
bull sharks.
emergency Comic Con pod.
bull shark segments.
No, but bull sharks are the most dangerous shark
Mm-hmm.
because they're full of testosterone, so they're super aggressive.
How are their danglers or whatever?
Claspers. They have two.
So they got high T, double claspers, chainmail skin. Like, I'm freaked out already.
Dual wielding claspers.
Yeah.
All right,
so-
back to Comic Con.
Okay.
What was some
Some
of the
sharks.
other art? That one guy's awesome.
Yeah, I don't
The gargoyles guy?
know.
No.
Well, but he was cool
He was
too.
cool.
I don't remember what his name is, but he does a lot of like movie art. I don't even. How do you
got-
describe the art?
I
The
got
one that she
5
got a bunch from?
I
Yeah.
got 5
Benny
things
Miller,
from
I
him.
think.
Was that his name?
Yeah, he was really
He
nice.
was really
was-
good
he
and
was-
really nice.
Yeah, so it was a lot of. I think they were mostly ink, but it was done on like a
He looked like...
sepia
Yeah.
brown
Brown.
background.
Yeah.
I got
Really cool.
I got one. It was Qui-Gon Jinn from Star Wars, and it was all like the ink except the lightsaber was green.
Yeah, which was awesome.
It was really cool.
He was super
So
cool,
the art
too.
was great. That's what I like
Do
to
you have a
go for.
groovery?
Cub asked him rather aggressively
Looking back, I was. sort of-
about his wedding ring. And whether or
Also
not,
strange.
Well, no, it looked like mine.
which
Yeah.
is called a groove ring.
Yeah.
Isn't it like silicone or
It's-
something?
Yeah.
But the guy was like, "You didn't know what you were talking about."
A groove ring.
Is groove ring? Is that a groove ring? Groove ring? Like you're just
Well-
really assertive.
I was trying to establish rapport.
What
I
else?
thought I had good enough rapport with him.
Yeah.
I bought 5 pieces of art from him.
I got a
Sure.
Funko Pop
Yes.
for my birthday via Karen Cub. It was Thor from the end of Endgame when he's got the cool Viking hair and Mjolnir and Stormbreaker.
Spoiler alert.
You
Oh,
should have
yeah.
seen it by now.
True.
If
Yeah,
you
that's true.
haven't seen it in the
Hashtag
past
true.
like 5 months, it's on you.
Who's Mjolnir?
That's the hammer.
It's the hammer.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's
That's its
it's
name.
harder to find because it's an exclusive and they didn't have it at FYE. So these Comic Cons have a lot of exclusives.
There were
I wanted
Funko Quinn with the. There's a Funko from Jaws, and I really want it. Lyle really
I
wants it
want
too.
it so bad.
It's the shark with Quint in its mouth, covered in blood, but it's a Funko, so it's still a little bit
I think
cute.
the shark got a bad rap in that movie.
Well, they had it there and it was $65.
That's pretty
Also,
expensive.
spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Jaws in the past like 40-something years,
Yes.
that's also on you.
Yeah.
Great movie. That's in my
Really
top
good
5.
movie. Well, so my story from Comic-Con, I was really excited because Catherine Sutherland was going to be there. And for those who don't know, which is probably everyone, she was the second Pink Ranger, Cat, from Power Rangers. She was actually on the original show. Like, no one ever remembers that.
I didn't know that.
On Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
As what?
She was the Pink Ranger. She replaced Kimberly in the last season.
Oh.
But then, what most people know her from was Power Rangers Zeo and Turbo, the ones that came after that. So I was really excited to meet her. I mean, I still need to meet Kimberly. And like I was telling people, they're like, oh, the second Pink Ranger? I was like, hey, it's still like a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
So she was there, and then I think his name was like Michael Copen or something. He was the Blue Ranger from Power Rangers.
Oh.
He was from Power Rangers
Well-
Time Force, which was a couple years after I'd stopped watching. So
Time Force.
From what
Sounds
I've heard,
fun.
it's awesome.
What about Zeo?
Do they time travel?
It's time travel.
I mean, I like that.
but
Oh.
I kind of want to watch it, but I also don't want to be that guy who's like watching Power Rangers at
30?
25.
You're not, I'll be.
But then like I wear Power Rangers stuff like all the
You're wearing it
time,
right
and
now.
my wallet is Power Rangers in my phone case, so it's like I think I'm already there,
Yeah.
so I could do that. So he
Would
was
it-
there too.
Would it be any good though? Like watching it as an adult.
That's the problem. I don't know.
I'm an adult.
So I did, like, he was there too, and so we kind of circled the tables for a while. I was nervous to talk to Catherine Sutherland. I had already got my ticket to get a picture with her, but it wasn't till later.
Karen and I were the wingmen.
Oh yeah.
They were.
And woman.
Got to be.
So eventually we went up and just started, like, Care started talking to her, and then we all were just chatting, and I told her how much, like, I thought Zeo was underrated, because it is.
She agreed.
You only ever find...
As she should be in
She
the
should.
show.
But you only ever find merchandise from the original show.
That's true.
But I like the Zeo stuff is awesome. I really want them to make Funkos of that. I found a shop on Etsy like that. I'm wearing a Gold Ranger shirt, and like this guy makes them, and they're amazing. Like
That's cool.
the quality is
Wow, that's
really
really
good.
She also wrote a book.
A kid's book, yeah.
It seemed pretty good.
The Boy Who Wore His Heart on His Sleeve.
Yeah.
That's what it was called.
Nice recall.
By Catherine Sutherland.
Yeah.
She's also Australian, which is just a plus.
Oh,
like
yeah.
no matter what. So we
That's
talked.
true.
We talked
Let's hear
to
your
her.
Australian accent.
I don't want to. I don't want to disrespect.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
So, like, we talked to her, and she was really nice.
She was.
She actually was. Like,
She was friendly.
yeah. And then we went away, and then I did go talk to Michael Copen, which was kind of weird, because I told him
That
that
guy.
I'd never watched his show, but
Like,
that I
hi.
kind of wanted to go back.
Hi, I've
And-
never seen it.
He was also really nice, too, though. And then I got to do my photo op with Catherine Sutherland, which was it was great. It was really quick. I was the first in line. I got over there, like, really quickly.
He was very excited.
I asked her after the picture if I could hug her, and she said yes, so I've hugged her.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
But now, like, I feel like I just need to marry her.
Well, that seems like a natural progression.
Yeah, you talk, you hug,
Yeah.
and then
And
you get married.
She's only 19 years older than me.
That's not the worst.
That's not bad.
No, she was super nice. She still looks really good.
Celine married a guy who was 30 years older
Yeah,
than
Celine
her, so-
Dion's
It happens,
producer became her
Yeah.
husband.
Which
That
is
was
a little strange.
It was weird. But no, it was a good time. Also kind of a weird time just seeing people walk around.
Yeah, I mean,
There are furries there, and
yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah,
I mean, I would have dressed up, I think, if it was a bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
what would you have dressed up as, though?
well, it depends. Because it's hot out, so I wouldn't want to wear anything that would be too hot.
But you're inside.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, though. I have a Han Solo costume.
You do?
A female Han Solo costume.
Didn't you have a Star Trek costume, too?
That was a shirt that was just really long, and it was the right color, so I made myself a pin. I don't have that shirt anymore, but yeah, I mean, I have like my Loki dress. I thought about that.
I might dress up as a Ghostbuster.
You should.
You should.
That's a good
Like,
idea.
if we went to a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably dress up as a Power Ranger, but that's a hard thing to pull off.
You'd be wearing a skin tight suit.
Or it'd be like the stupid ones that look like a kid's costume with the
Yeah.
fake muscles.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you should do that though.
You should do that.
Fake muscles.
I just thought of our cousin Core had like a Hulk Hogan costume
Oh,
once
yeah.
that was like that.
Core, go get that. Go buy one.
Core
and
doesn't
wear it.
need it now.
That
He
is
could
true.
just be that.
True.
You need a wig and a Fu Manchu, and that's all.
Yeah, brother.
Oh, that would be a great costume for
It
him.
would. He
We need to
should-
tell
he
him
should
that.
actually do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our experience at Comic-Con. What else?
It's fun.
I
like
mean, I
going.
feel like, you know,
we went to Moe's after.
The Taco Bell people
we
who
saw
went to
we
Moe's.
saw a crew of Taco Bell workers in
4 of them.
Moe's.
Yep.
4 of them went to Moe's.
It was one of those things where you wouldn't think it was real, like it was planned
Yeah.
or something, but like it definitely
It's like-
happened.
So 4 Taco Bell workers walk into Moe's.
Moe's is so good.
And
Moe's
I'm
is
eating
good.
queso.
We're not sponsored by them, but maybe
No.
someday.
Maybe
Maybe we
someday.
could be. I love Moe's. I would eat there every day.
The
if I
Wrong
could.
Doug is so good.
No, you got to go home record.
Well, no, the Wrong Doug was amazing because, I mean, for anyone who hasn't gone there, it's like a crunch wrap from Taco Bell, but when they wrap it, they put cheese on the bottom so that when it
Sealed
cooks,
with
it seals
cheese.
with cheese,
Instead
and
of
it's
sealed with a
amazing.
kiss,
Hell
it's
yeah.
Sealed with cheese.
What about Seal, Kiss of a Rose?
Ooh.
Kiss by a
Da-da-da.
Classic. Batman Forever, I believe. that
There
was-
Yeah,
used
it
to
was.
be a grand
It's a great
tower.
song.
It is a good song.
Yeah.
All right,
Fade out.
guys.
I'll
Alright.
just sing a seal.
All right, guys. So that was our emergency Comic-Con podcast. We really enjoyed it. I
it was
met
fun.
my future wife.
Allegedly.
Alleged? No, it's happening. But now I just want to go to more Comic-Cons.
Yeah.
And
me
meet
too.
other Power Rangers.
I want to go to one where I can meet Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, yeah.
I
you
want to
know.
meet Jason David Frank, who played the Green Ranger, like so bad.
I just want to go and get a non-fuzzy Batmobile picture.
Someone could do that at a real Comic Con for you.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe it could be Adam West, but
Oh.
R.I.P.
Man.
Maybe there would be Adam
Burt
West's
Ward.
ghost.
Burt
I'd
Ward, who
hang
played
with him.
Robin.
Yeah.
Who? Burt Morgan.
Burt Ward, he played Robin in the show. You know who played the Penguin, right?
Danny DeVito.
In the show.
Who?
Mickey from Rocky.
Oh, can
Oh.
I mention my last 2 years ago when I met Michael Beach?
Oh yeah, go
Who's
for
that?
it. Just
Who's Michael Beach?
So 2 years ago, I went to the Comic Con. I think Jules and Zach went with me, and Michael Beach was there. And do you remember in ER, Jeannie Boulet's husband, who was like
the second guy who
the
played him.
second
though.
guy who played him. He was like a paramedic.
No, he was a
Oh,
paramedic on Third Watch.
Oh,
Oh.
he was also in Third Watch.
And he's in The 100.
Possibly.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking
Well,
about.
he was in Aquaman.
Yes, he's
He was
the dad.
dad
Yeah.
of Black
But
Manta.
also
Spoiler.
he was in.
That's not a spoiler.
He was in Sons of Anarchy, which was
Yeah.
probably where I knew him the most.
Yeah,
but
yeah. He's been
He
in
was
a bit.
there, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll just go talk to him.
Oh,
I didn't
hi.
talk to him for very long. I didn't even know he was in Aquaman at that point. Someone was just like, hey, how's Jason Momoa? And I was like, wait, this guy's going to be in Aquaman?
Ooh.
Oh,
But-
Jason Momoa would be great to meet.
Yeah, he would. But Now, every time I watch Aquaman, I'm just like, I know that guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's my friend.
What'd you guys talk about?
I was about how I liked him in Sons of Anarchy and
Shooting the
and
breeze.
ER.
Who did he play in Sons of Anarchy?
He was a
Wasn't he a rival?
He wasn't a rival. He was a recurring character. He was actually the leader of another group
Oh, yeah.
called the Grim Bastards.
Oh, I remember. Sorry to the
Care
kids.
language.
Sorry to the kids.
Sorry to the
This is a
kids.
family podcast.
But yeah, and he and Jax were on good terms.
Oh, yeah.
So they were in it every now and then. They would help them out sometimes. But yeah, I just said that I thought his character was cool and that I liked him from ER,
trying
which
to
was
think.
like 20 something years ago.
ER is it still holds
Dude,
up.
Oh, ER's
Jeannie
great.
Boulet was a throwback from the past.
Yeah.
We should have a pod about that sometime.
Oh.
ER it was and still is
ER.
an amazing
How's
show.
Mark Green?
Amazing. Anthony Edwards, so good.
Also
We,
Goose from Top Gun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Gilbert. Gilbert?
Gilbert.
Is he Gilbert?
Yeah.
From Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Um,
Lewis and he's
Lewis
Gilbert.
and Gilbert. But we started watching it last year. We're gonna actually rewatch the whole show, and me and
get
Care
very
stalled
far.
out in the second season. But it still holds up.
It's so good though.
It's
still.
25 years old, and it could come out right now.
I think the problem that I got stalled on it was there's too many episodes a season.
And they're long.
They're
Even
like
on
45
Hulu.
minutes.
I
yeah.
remember watching ER.
We had a lineup.
Yeah.
It was Survivor, CSI, and ER.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I guess we found our next topic for the podcast.
I just wanted to talk about Michael Beach because we're friends.
Well, guys, I'm Lyle,
I'm Care.
I'm Cub.
and you've been listening to the Hooligans.
Peace out.
Just gonna start recording. What's our intro?
Wait, did we have an intro?
Well, we kind of
Oh,
did.
sing your silk
Welcome
skins.
to the Hooligans.
I like it.
Well, it's not bad.
It's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
Hey, everyone. Yeah.
Here.
Miles too love drunk right now.
I used to be love drunk,
But now I'm a dumb drunk.